All right, so we're going to be talking about like the upcoming school year today, right? Um, Start with like the first question of like, how are you guys like feeling going into the school year?
Uh, I don't want to be back in school. I just want to go back to summer. But for right now, it's not that bad because we're not really at a lot of work to do. See people that I saw last week, but it's not anything special.
I'm chilling. I only got 3 classes, so it's not that bad. And I get to wake up at like 9.
How do you only have 3 classes?
I'm a senior, so I take what's it called? And I'm taking dual enrollment courses, so I don't have to take a bunch of classes.
It's not bad right now. It's a little difficult getting back into the 8, waking up at 6 again to get there on time, but it's been cool. Like, I like my classes. I have no problems with them. Like, it's good.
That's crazy. Y'all's beginning of the school year is like completely the opposite of mine. Like this first week has been so stressful for me. I think I have all of my classes like back to back every day, which isn't normal for like the kind of schedule we have at my school. And like we started off like right out of the jump with stuff. Like I had a whole essay in class essay that we had to do like on Friday off a book we read, and we went over like one class. We had like 30 minutes to do it. It was crazy. So that's fun that you guys have like really nice, easy starts to your school. Also, next question. Did you guys have any like goals or anything you wanted to accomplish this year? Like, what are you trying to get done this year?
Survive. I don't want to fail because I know a lot of seniors, like my brother got like a D because he just stopped doing the work. Because like it's really easy not to want to do it, especially when you like get into the college you want to get into. So at least I want to at least keep my grades up until the second semester.
To do well in school, because I know once probably this week is gonna get really tough because they kind of already started assigning homework and like in every class, and we do like the A-B schedule, but we still have about 6 classes a day. 4, I don't really remember, but just to keep up with that and then keep up with dance after it all. So try to get in good with the teachers, because the teachers for the junior year, the juniors and the seniors, those teachers get really tough and they start grading really hard. And I'm not trying to mess up my GPA average, so trying to really try hard this year.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep my grades up this year. Not keeping my get good grades and play basketball, and that's it.
Yeah. Personally, I'm just trying to like really work on my focus this school year, because I know last year like I forgot a lot of assignments and tests and stuff. Like before I walked into class, I remember them, and I'm trying to make sure that I get all of my service hours done this year, because like I don't know how you guys' schools do service hours, like, but my school, we have to get 50 hours before our first day of senior year, and they're really specific about how you get these hours too. Like they have to be like in person, or like not in person, but they have to be like direct service. You have to be directly working with the community you need to be helping. and they have to be like a community in need, and you have to get your hours approved by the community engagement board in order for them to count. And it's just a lot. And then you can't even go to school like senior year, like sports start 2 weeks before like the school year starts, and you can't even like step onto campus for those unless you have all your hours done. So I'm trying to get it done this year so I don't have to worry about it. But like, how do you guys in schools do service hours?
How many hours do you have right now?
Like, okay, well, I have 7 hours like that are recorded, but I have 19 hours that they haven't been recorded yet, like put into the system. So I'm behind.
Yeah. I'm only a sophomore, so I'm not even worried about my hours right now. So I don't even know how my school does it. I don't know.
Bro, you don't even know? Like, or yours just like,
I know I have a community service hours from like helping sports teams out at my school and stuff, but
is there like a place you can check?
I gotta ask the principal, I think.
Is for your school or hours like a thing you just need before you graduate, or how do you not know? What about the rest of you guys? How are service hours at your school?
For me, they only need 25 service hours. And like, I don't know what they're doing for you. Like, they have a board.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure every DC school got the same.
I'm sorry, my computer just completely glitched out. I missed all of that.
Can y'all hear me? Because y'all like reading. So, can you hear me?
On my end, you're really glitchy.
Yeah, I do.
Can anybody else hear her?
I hear a little bit glitchy.
It's really glitchy for me too.
Okay, well, we can move on to the next question then. What are you guys most afraid of this school year?
Failing. I want that to happen.
Not getting into college, that would be terrible. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Honestly, like, honestly, most of like all of it. Like I signed up for a lot of classes this school year, like against the advice of my advisors. So my schedule is going to be really overwhelming this school year, and I'm just mostly afraid of like how I'm going to handle all of that stress this school year. But also being like a junior is overwhelming for me. Like I don't know about you guys, but personally, like I'm really anxious about like growing up and going to college and stuff. Like I don't know. Like that's like something that like I think about and like makes me like stress out. Is that like just like me?
No, but I don't gotta worry about that right now. Well, I do, but I still got like 2 more years after this grade. So.
I'm not even scared of the college part. Like only thing that's scary for me is getting in, because I already know college is gonna be fun. I'm not really worried about anything else. It's just the getting in part. That's the stress.
I'm not really concerned about college. I'm concerned on what I want to do in college because I still don't know like the majors I want to go into yet. So that's my only concern. But college, I feel like it's gonna be fine. Like, and so always looking for somebody. So I don't like have any worries about getting in necessarily. It's mainly what I'm gonna do when I get there, like why I'm going there in the first place.
Yeah. My main anxiety is about like just like being on my own, really. Cause like I don't know, like the idea, like because college is so like free. Like there's no real schedules there. Like you're kind of just really like on your own time. It's up to you to make sure you keep up with everything, which like I don't know. I feel like without like real like defined structure, I kind of just completely lose track of everything. So I'm mainly afraid of like having to deal with all of that. Bradshaw, I felt the same way when I was a sophomore. I was like, oh yeah, no, I got time. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. I don't have to think about it. But now that I have to think about it, I wish I did something earlier. Like even though I knew back then, I would have wished like if I knew that now, I would wish I did something earlier then. I just still didn't do it.
I, I thank you for your advice, but I still don't know if I'm gonna do it. I'll wait till my junior year.
Mm. And I don't know, guys. Have there been like any changes that you've noticed like in yourself, like as you've been going through high school?
I just like when you're young, when like as a freshman, everything's so new. Like I was just realizing it because my freshman year got cut short, and I don't even remember my sophomore year because it was online. So like all that, like you're so excited, you're so like hyped for it, and then like after junior year, like I'm not gonna lie, like I was just crushed. Like I mean, I did good, but it was like so much work, and then like now I'm just like I've already done the hard part, and it's hard for me to care about school anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like I honestly like looking back at my freshman self, like I was talking about this with my friends recently, but now that we are upperclassmen, looking at all the freshmen, we can see exactly how we used to act. Like, and it's so frustrating because like I'm so annoyed watching them walk down the hallways, even though I knew that I was exactly like them back then. Like they like will scream in the hallways in British accents, and sometimes it makes me like so viscerally upset. And I know that as a freshman, I was equally as annoying, if not more, which is kind of crazy to look back on.
Yeah, I know I was a lot more immature last year. It's it's crazy how fast that just happened. Like, cause I look at all the freshmen, cause I'm only a sophomore, so I have lunch with all the freshmen, and they just do the dumbest stuff for no reason. And it's like it's no point but to make themselves look cool, but it's not making themselves look cool. And it's still some of the sophomores in my grade that do the same thing, and it's it's very annoying because they're in my classes. So it's bad. But yeah, I'm a lot more mature than I was last year. And also the freshmen now, they just keep getting smaller and smaller. I don't know what's going on. So it's like that they're all just like they're all still middle schoolers to me. Because I knew most of them from middle school. So they're all just middle schoolers to me still.
No, I've been noticing that. I thought it was like just my school, but I'll be walking down the hallways and everyone is my height. And some of them I'm taller than them, and I'm 5 foot. Like, like I was walking in the hallway past a group of freshmen and I was the same height as all of them, which is crazy because in my grade, like the average height is like 5'6". And everyone in my grade is so tall that it's like crazy because they all just keep getting smaller. And I was trying to figure out if it was just me noticing this, but like it's like a thing. Like they're all smaller now.
I'm not even gonna lie. Freshmen are just annoying. Like like it's almost like their whole goal. And like I remember last year, these they started a food fight in the cafeteria and like got us all in trouble. Like the whole year, the whole administration was so mad at everyone because they were like, and then some kid, our school is small, like 500 people. Some kid snuck into the school and they called the police on him and he got caught. So everyone was in trouble. Like it was a whole thing, bro. I hate freshmen.
Nah, that happened at my school too. It was a kid named Owen, and the police were outside, and uh he was on Instagram Live while he did it, and he was like running through the halls and stuff, and it was late at night. I think it was like 11 o'clock when he snuck in, and then they called the police on him, and he snuck out the building and recorded the police on the Instagram Live, and then he got caught.
Stupid. Why would you go on Instagram Live while you're committing a crime? Especially not while you're running away. Okay, but sometimes the freshmen are so adorable though. Like, I mean, I go to an all-girls school, and every Friday we have free dress because we have uniforms most of the week. But last Friday was like the first free dress Friday for all the freshmen, and you could see that they like definitely laid all their outfits out and planned them. Like some of them were in like their like really, really nice fancy clothes. Like this one girl's wearing a pantsuit. They had their like nice little put together coordinated outfits all in their aesthetic. And I was walking down the hallway like, oh, because you could tell who was a freshman based off of who was looking nice because everyone else in the building was wearing sweatpants.
That's another thing I don't miss, uniforms.
Ooh. The freshman at my school, look, not half of everything that y'all said was glitchy. So I'm assuming y'all talk about freshmen because that's a little bit of what I heard. But the freshmen at my school look like this. They look like the seniors, and the seniors, they like half of them look older than the seniors. I'm not gonna lie, like they look grown, like they are real tall, and they just got grown features. Like I get confused on who is in what grade because I'm like, you didn't you just come from middle school and you looking older than some of the juniors? Like they act real grown, not gonna lie, and they're really bold. Like at my school, I have like spontaneous dance circles at lunch or whatever, and a lot of the freshmen, have a whole bunch of courage and confidence, and they dancing and they were singing or whatever. Now that doesn't mean they're good, but they just have a lot more. I don't know. They're just really outgoing for just coming to school. But it's definitely interesting because I thought that they were going to be a little more childish because our freshman last year they they like wrong. So it's different.
You still there, Farrah? You good? Okay, well, that was kind of glitchy on my end too, but like what you were saying about how the freshmen look grown, like I've been noticing that, like not in my school, but on TikTok, Like they'll have kids like in 8th grade. Like, have you seen that one video, the girl who was like at her 8th grade graduation and everyone in the comments was like, she looks 20? No, but they're like I found that like younger kids look so old now. And like I feel like I'm reaching an age where when I see someone on my TikTok, I have to go to their bio to see their age now. Like because like you can just never tell.
Yeah, especially in the DMV, because all the young girls now they got the longest lashes on and stuff like that, and all like their whole face full of makeup and stuff all the time. But they're tiny. But it's a lot of people that are like a lot of grown people that are short. But so like people, it's a decent amount of people at my school that are like they get clowned because they're messing with the freshmen as like a junior. but but the whole time the person that they're messing with doesn't like look like a freshman. They look like they're supposed to be in their grade. But it's still kind of it's still bad. But yeah.
Okay, as they should be getting clowned because juniors and seniors dating freshmen, it's always weird. It's always weird. I
I'm not
stand
not illegal, but like they need to be some people that those are the type of bullying that I condone. Like, what business do you as an almost 18-year-old have talking to a 14-year-old girl, bro? Like, what are you doing?
no, I stand by the fact that juniors and seniors who date freshmen cannot get anyone in their own grade. And that is the only reason why they are dating someone that young. Because, like, what in the world could you possibly have in common with someone who is fresh out of middle school? Like 2 weeks out of middle school, they have no experience with anything. Like you are too old to be acting like this.
My little brother just became a freshman, and my friend's little sister just became a freshman. I'm like, Jay, think about that. That's like you dating my little brother or me dating your little sister. That is weird. I do not care.
You know, and I'll never understand like I'll never understand the relationships where it's like someone who is in their 30s dating someone who's 18 either. Because like what in the world could you possibly have in common with someone who's that young? Like
Yeah, but that usually involves a lot of money. That's that's the thing. That usually involves a lot of money from the older person to the younger person.
I just realized we've been doing this thing for like a year, right?
yeah, I think so.
Dang.
Question: do y'all schools have like shade room pages or like a page that just talks a whole bunch of crap and drama about people? Because my school, oh my god, they just made one and they called it the shade room, which is funny because my school ended up on the shade room a lot last school year. So for them to make a page and call it the shade room is crazy. But they were talking about so many people, and I'm not gonna lie, as a bystander, it was funny. Now if that was me though, I would have to throw hands, but it was funny. But you would never catch my name on none of the pages like that. But they reported it and it's gone now. But they made another page, so now they talking about people again. It's kind of funny to me. But how about
My school most definitely does not have a shade room page. Honestly, like I can't tell if I wish my school did or didn't, because for one thing, my school is so small that like the drama would either be like it wouldn't be anything big. It would be like really like intimate drama that you like anything on that page would be stuff that should never have seen the light of day ever, and not like embarrassing stuff. Like it'll be like the craziest of the crazy drama, because that's just how small my school is, that there's nothing like big relevant that's happening. Like if something big and relevant happens, then people will know, but nothing like that would ever happen frequently enough to get on the page. So it would only be like intimate drama that you told your best friend and she's now posting it on that page, like crazy stuff like that.
My school used to have one, and then but it got really bad. So every single person that was a part of it, I don't know if they got it suspended or expelled, but the next year they were not there, and we never saw them at that school again.
Yeah, we had a shade room last year too, and they shut it down for some reason. I don't know what it was, but I don't think they got in trouble from school or anything. But now we have like a confessions page, or like it's just people talking about other people on a Google form, and they post it on Instagram. And I'm not gonna lie, they do say the most wildest stuff because you don't know who it's coming from. So people aren't scared to say anything. Like they say crazy stuff. It's not a look.
Yeah, no, my school is like completely opposite to y'all's schools. Like my school, I do know they are very, very particular about what has their name on it. Like I know last year there was this one friend group that I forgot what the name of their account was on TikTok, but I know it had my school's name in the name. And one of the girls posted a video of her boyfriend spitting into her mouth, and the school like was so pissed about having their name tacked onto that. Like they were angry, like they had talks like about it. We had an assembly about what good and bad media was, and like there was like so much surrounding it. Like it went around the school in like half a day, but like the school was very, very angry about having their name tacked onto it. So now we have a rule that you cannot make an account that has the school's name in it without getting it approved by the publications committee at my school, like even for clubs and stuff. So all of the accounts that my school has are like, well, we have like the compliments account where you send in compliments about people in the grade. And then we have the Panther parking account, which is just like catching people who park awfully in the school lot. So we don't have anything bad like that because the school would never, ever, ever let it down.
That's the opposite for us. If you look up DCI on Instagram, it's gonna be like at least like 25 accounts that pop up. And they're all about my school. They're not like people just regularly making a name that starts with DCI. It's all about my school.
Mm. My school is trying to like rebrand itself too. That's like another thing that they're like, that's why they're trying to keep such a hold on their image. They're trying to do like a big rebranding. Like they took down they archived all the old Instagram posts, I think, or like most of them. And now they're like making a whole new Instagram. They're changing the school colors, changing the school motto. Like we changed the logo too. Like it used to just say like on the t-shirts, like it used to just say like our school's name going across, but now it's just like the logo and it's big. So it's like this big on the like right here. It's like very ugly too, but they're like really trying to go through like this whole remarketing of our school. Like, and they're trying to change the name of the school from like a girls' school to a historically girls' school or predominantly women's institution, since we have kids there that aren't girls anymore. So Like it's like a real big rebranding thing that they're trying to do right now. They're really trying to keep a hold on all negative publications and all negative media towards the school.
Cam, how does that work? When are you saying like they're transgender or they just use?
Yeah, we have like kids who are trans at my school.
So how does that work with the all girls school?
Yeah, so the way that they have it now is like they changed it in the handbook last year, but what it says is that if during your time at my school you transition, you like will talk to the dean of whatever like department you're in, like high school, middle school, elementary school, and you'll talk to the head of school about like what's the best path for you going forward. Like if you want to stay at the school, if you want to go to a different school, but like they're not going to kick you out. So like it's just going to be a conversation over like, how do you want this to go? And like most of the kids who transition at my school transition to non-binary. But I do know 2 kids who transitioned to male while at school, but like the rest of the kids at the school that I know that aren't girls are non-binary. But yeah, they're just like saying that they're not going to kick you out. And they say that they use gender inclusive language, but all of our emails start off with, "Hey girls." So a lot of people are mad about that. Like we had a conversation in like one of the classes that we have, seminar, about like whether or not the school should stay as an all girls school, which was like a little weird because like I think the way they phrased it, we all kind of misinterpreted the question to say like, should we become co-ed and allow like guys into the school, which was like a lot of people said no. I don't know. Like it's just a discussion, really. Like I think they're still trying to talk about it.
I don't think I could ever go to an all guy school. Like, I mean, I have no problem with it. Like if they get, but like I think co-ed is the way to go for me.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, that personally, I'm not gonna lie. That's nah.
You couldn't go to an all boys school either.
Nah. It would be too many fights. Like even if it's like a private school, it would be too many fights.
What about you, Farah?
An all girls school? No, maybe when I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go to all girls school. Da, da, da. But girls cause too many troubles. Like they're too, and it's not even. I mean, so do guys. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I feel like there's a balance that's needed, and yeah, because like I get annoyed with some people being around them too long. So if I'm just with a whole bunch of girls for too long, I'm gonna start getting irritated. So, but vice versa with dudes too. So that it's a good balance to have. And I feel like you learn something from everybody. So it's good to be around everybody, you know. Yeah, but
Honestly, like there are things that I miss about going to co-ed schools, but I honestly prefer going to an all-girls school. But truthfully, I don't see the purpose of all boys schools. Like, I get that since there are all girls schools, they have to be all boys schools, but all boys schools are actually the worst thing in existence. Like, they just there's just so much toxicity that happens inside of all boys schools, and then it just goes unchecked because there's no one else there. Like everything I hear about the all boys schools like near me is just awful. Like I haven't heard a single positive thing happen at one of those schools, and I feel like all boys schools should just only be co-ed personally.
You're basically saying all men suck, right? No, I'm messing with you. But like, I if you want to go to an all guys school, that's chill. But like, I personally like when I found my best friend, she's a girl, right? She like if I didn't have her, I would have so many things I could have done wrong. Like you need girls' advice on so much stuff, and it helps you so much. Like co-ed is the best type of schooling, in my opinion.
Hey, I'm not saying that all men suck. I'm saying all men need advice. Because though all boys schools just foster so much misogyny, like it's like awful. And the way that there's so much misogyny and homophobia and like just unchecked like everything there. Like I don't know if it's just like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the ones that like I've been around, but all of them have just let so much racism fly past because like they're like, oh, boys will be boys. All of them have just let so much like blatant misogyny, blatant like I hate women just fly past because boys will be boys. What are we gonna do? And like, I don't know, I feel like at co-ed schools, because you have both boys and girls in the same environment, you have to learn how to accommodate. And maybe it's because like the all boys schools near me are schools for rich white boys that they are at the top of the power structure and they have no one to check them at all. Like I feel like they should all go to co-ed schools just for the sake of the world so they can talk to someone who isn't living a privileged life like them, because nothing is going to change if they just stay in an environment when they're allowed to do anything they want. And I don't know. I feel like those schools that I'm thinking of in my head should stop existing and should be co-ed.
What do y'all think about the Andrew Tate stuff, bro? Because like apparently at my school's middle school, there are a bunch of kids who are actually going around like screaming top G and stuff like that. I was like, bro, this
No, because the Andrew Tate stuff, like, please do not even get me started on that. That's so the crazy part is that people believe him. Like that's the craziest part of it for me, is that there are genuinely people out there who are watching this stuff. And like I completely get how they fell into believing this stuff because they're all prepubescent boys who
they're all losers. That's why.
right, like basically like I get how he did it. Like he just said a bunch of stuff that is technically correct. Like he'll say the sky is blue in one video, and then in the next video he'll say women deserve to be beaten. And then the dudes will look at the last video and say, well, the sky is definitely blue, so this video must be true as well. Which is like how you connect that in your brain. I don't understand, but it's okay. I just, thank goodness all of his accounts have been banned.
Not gonna lie, the not men, the boys that watch those type of videos, y'all gotta be like boys too, because there's no way that you think you're about to get a girl thinking with that mindset. Like you gotta be gay, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But like I don't get how you think like that. I think you about to get a girlfriend or a wife, unless she's delusional, because that can happen too. Like there's some real delusional girls out here, but I don't know. It's just personally, if you want to be gay, there's no reason to talk down on women like that. But you know, to each their own.
No, I get what you're saying though, Farah. Like, how can if you hate women that much, there's no way you like women. Like, no, it's just so it's so disgusting too that like because because the other thing too is just like the crazy part is I know for a fact that it's not just boys who watch his videos. Because I saw like this one TikTok where this girl went and she unfollowed everyone who was mutuals with her and Andrew Tate. And so I went to do it. And one of my mutuals was a girl who's following Andrew Tate. So I don't understand how that happened, but I do know that that person in particular, when I did talk to them, they have a lot of internalized misogyny. So hopefully they get better. But
Yeah, it's people whose father figures were bad. So like, I just make sure that I'm treating my little sister right and making sure that she knows her worth. Because there's no shot that no one is gonna talk to my little sister like how these niggas be talking to Andrew Tate. Like that's just not gonna happen.
But that's my thing. Like, even if you don't got a father in your life, like, you know right from wrong. Like, you don't have to speak to nobody like that. Like, stop playing, I didn't grow up with that representation. You should know. Like, I don't like, there's just like common sense, and we have social media, and there's a lot of things being brought to the attention of like younger minds and stuff. So that to say that just because you didn't have representation or you didn't know, you should know. Like same thing with like racism. I know that was bad. Yes, you did. Like, I feel like people just be making, I'm not saying that's what you said, but people just be making excuses for not knowing something or thinking something right when it's wrong. Like, no, you didn't.
yeah, no, I think the people who listen to Andrew Tate are just incels. Like they they are just so like I feel like they're the kind of people who are like the weird kids, but then you understand why no one talks to them. Like because they are just so like the kind of people who aren't like weird like quirky, but weird like concerning. Like the people who you're like, oh, they're alone, and then you start to realize why, because they cannot successfully socialize in a way that isn't harmful to everyone around them. Those are the kids who like want to feel like they're getting that they're doing something right, you know, like because everyone in their lives are like looking at them like they are like crazy because they keep doing crazy stuff. And then Andrew Tate is like going back and affirming them and telling them, oh no, everything you're thinking and you're doing is okay and it's correct. It's like the same as like the alt-right pipeline. Like those kids who they'll see the videos and they'll be like, oh, because Andrew Tate will be like, oh, you want to make a lot of money? Do you want to be super rich and cool so everyone will like you? And those kids are like, yeah, I want to be rich and cool. And then he goes, oh, well, you do that by abusing the women around you. And they don't know no better. So they just listen and follow him. But it's like crazy how Andrew Tate like thinks of this. Like, how does he justify this in his head? Like, I want to know, does he really truly in his heart believe this, or is he making this up for clout?
It's like I don't even know. I know, like I remember I wanted to make friends with this one kid because like he was all of his friends had like stopped being friends with him. I was like, guys, you can't be mean to this guy. That was like last year, and then like literally a month after that, I was really like, yeah, there's a reason that you have no friends at the school. Like you need to change, and I'm not gonna be the one to help you if that makes sense. But like some people, they need to be set to their side and let themselves burn out, if you know what I mean.
Bradshaw, you've been a little quiet. What are your views on Andrew Tate?
It's just corny. It's for little kids. I feel like my brother is one of those little kids because it's sometimes that he'll say stuff about him, and then I gotta set him straight.
Yeah, well, does anyone else have anything to say? All right, well, I think we can end here today then. Thank you all for this very productive talk.